ओम ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
मूर्तिभेद विभागिने
मूर्तिभेदविभागिने
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
ॐ सहना भवतु
ॐ सहना भवतु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै
सह वीर्यं करवावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवत्वेषिणीम्
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवत्वेषिणीम्
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः
वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः
गायन्ति यं सामगाः
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः
यस्यान्तन्न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः
यस्यान्तन्न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः।
यस्त्विन्द्रियाणि मनसा नियम्यारभतेऽर्जुन कर्मेन्द्रियः कर्मयोगम् असक्तः स विशिष्यते नियतं कुरु कर्म त्वं कर्म ज्यायो ह्यकर्मणः शरीरयात्रापि च ते न प्रसिद्ध्येद कर्मणः यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणोऽन्यत्र लोकोऽयं कर्म बन्धनः तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्तसङ्गः समाचर सह यज्ञा प्रजा सृष्ट्वा पुरोवाचः प्रजापतिः अनेन प्रसविष्यध्वम् एष वोस्त्विष्टकामधुक् देवान् भावयतानेन ते देवा भावयन्तु वः परस्परं भावयन्तः श्रेयः परमवाप्स्यथ इष्टान् भोगा हि वो देवाः दास्यन्ते यज्ञभाविताः तैर्दत्तानप्रदायेभ्यः यो भुङ्क्तेस्तेन एव सः। Bhagavan has said in 7th verse of 3rd chapter of Gita, and he has begun Karma Yoga from 7th verse. And Bhagavan says, Saha Vishishyate, that person is superior compared to what? So it was discussed in previous verse, but Bhagavan says, a person who keep under control sense organs and one who does all karma with organs of action with asaktaha, without any attachment, and what he takes karma yoga. He is given to karma yoga, that person savishishyate, that person is superior. And we have seen karma yoga in detail, but after that Bhagavan has taken karma yoga is equal to all our duties. Karma yoga is equal to Panch Mahayagya, but which bhavana? Ishwarartham, Ishwararpan Buddhi Bhavanaya plus Prasada Buddhi Bhavanaya, it's called Yogam. If person is not mature, for such person, Bhagavan says that Karma yoga is like to be done. Niyatam Kuru Karmatvam, that we have seen. If person is something is not interested, for such person is like a mandate vidhi. That Bhagavan says Niyatam Kuru Karmatvam, because karma is better than inaction, and our body maintenance cannot be possible without karma. But here this only important, here karma yoga taken as a mandate vidhi. But if person is mature, for such person karma yoga is taken in which sense? So yagnarthat. Bhagavan says to Arjuna, if you are already mature, but still you have to perform karma yoga, because if you won't perform any karma with karma yoga bhavana, then that karma can become a bondage. Ayam lokaha karma bandhanaha. That karma become a bondage. Anyatra, the meaning of anyatra means otherwise. That's why Bhagavan says, karmanaha yagna arthat. Here yagna is equal to Ishvara. Artha, for sake of. So you please do karma for the sake of Ishvara, then that karma will not bind you. That's why Bhagavan says, Tadartham karma kaunteya. For that's for Ishvara's sake. Tadartham. Again for tadartham means for Ishvara's sake. Karma kaunteya. You should perform karma only the condition, disposition of mind is mukta sangaha. Without any attachment while performing the karma, proper without any attachment while receiving karma. It's called mukta sangaha. Mukta means without, sangaha means attachment. But where attachment comes while performing, this is mine, and while receiving, why me? Both we can come out with this yoga bhavana that we have seen, and in I think both Sahayagna Praja Sruštva Puro Vachah Prajapati. Yaha, the meaning of yagna here is karma yoga bhavanaya. Whatever karma, that's why I have given here the meaning of yagna here is life of discipline. The meaning of yagna here, the life of contributing. Here the meaning of karma yoga means we live such a life so we can put example for us. I have given here the life of sensitivity, lifestyle of sensitivity. If I do this karma, then what will be the effect in other person? If we think like this, it's called sahayagna. The meaning of yagna means our lifestyle, commitment of lifestyle. That's why Bhagavan says, this karma yoga, Prajapati Sruštva Pura. Brahmaji has created two things. Prajaha Sruštva means all beings he has created along with yagna, means along with karma yoga, with lifestyle. And Prajapati uvacha, and then Brahmaji has said, Anena prasavishyadvam. Anena, by this karma yoga, by this yagnena, by the life of contributing, prasavishyadvam, may you prosper. Eshaha, this yagna, vaha means for you all people, ishta kama duk asti, like a cow in our Purana has given, a cow who can fulfill our all desire. It's called Kamaduk. Ishtaha means our desired astu. May this all yagna, all your lifestyle become a cow fulfilling, a wish fulfilling cow. Let it be. That Bhagavan has said. And after this two, we are in 12th verse, but this 11th and 12th, Bhagavan has given, if person is not interested in karma yoga for Ishvara's sake, then Bhagavan says, if you are not interested for Ishvara's sake, still you have to perform karma for what? To keep our ecology or climate in harmony, to maintain our ecology. That's why Anena Devan Bhavayata. Anena means Anena Yagnena. By this yagna, all devas, and here the meaning of deva means all natural force. And the meaning of natural force, if Vayu means air is keep on moving, Vati iti Vayuhu, one keep on moving is Vayuhu. If it is polluted, then what will happen? Same thing air, same thing even water, same thing even sun, moon, everything. Even gravitational force also considered as a deva. Even each and every order. So Bhagavan says, Anena Devan. So we cannot satisfy all natural forces, but only we should have some respect. We should give some respect to all devas, means natural forces. If we give respect, then te devaha bhavayantu vaha. Then those deva, this all Indra, Agni, Varuna, all Jala Devta, Vayu Devta, because in our culture, our Hindu culture, if Ishvara is everything, then why not be Ishvara Jala Devta? Why not Ishvara is Prithvi Devta? Because everything. That's why Bhagavan says, Te Devaha, means a Devta in form of Prithvi, a Devta in form of Vayu, a Devta in form of Varuna, means water, a Devata in form of even space, Avakashaha, all they are Bhavayantu. They also propitiating. And Paraspara Bhavayantaha, if you mutual keep on propitiating each other, then Shreyaha Paramavapsyatha, you will get good thing. Here Shreyaha is not only moksha, but whatever your desired thing. That Param, whatever you will take, that Param Avapsyatha. I would like to say there is a one meaning is Param. The meaning of Param we can take as a limitless. Ishvara is limitless, we can take as a Param, limitless. Another meaning of Parama means the greatest. So here Param is, Brahma is limitless. Here we can, the great goal, we say sometimes Parama goal, Param Dhyaya. So we can take is a great thing. Even our local in our earth also, if you achieve something, we can take is a Param. So we have to see always contact. So what is the meaning of Param? So if some is interested only in this, here our mundane, whatever prosperity, for such person, become a prime minister is a Parama goal for such person, and some is yogi, some for some upasaka. But when Param comes, the best thing. But best thing for each and every person is different. It's not only limitless. That's why here Param may be some bhakta is sitting, then Param may be Ishvara. You will get Ishvara. If one Vedanta is sitting, the meaning of Paramam is knowledge, self-knowledge. If some Upasaka is sitting, for such person, Param must be Siddhi also, something. And one who is like Daksha or Bali Raja, for him, Paramam is to become a Prajapati. Whatever. The meaning of Param is the great thing, but great thing may be differ for each and every person. That's why Bhagavan says, if you give respect to natural forces, then that natural forces will be blessed and they will give whatever great for you. Parama Vapsyatha, that we have seen. Now, Devan Bhavayata we have seen. Everything we have seen. And now, 12th verse. And Bhagavan says, Ishtan Bhogan hi vo devaha dasyante yagya bhavitaha te dattana pradayebhyah yo bhunte stena eva saha. Yagya bhavitaha devataha. Our devatas are natural forces, one who are pleased by our that bhavitaha propitiated, but I would say here one who is pleased by our attitude of yagna bhavana, they will happy. And that ishtan bhogan dasyante, they will give. Here dasyante is also future tense. Always in future tense, siya will come. Dasyante. And here dasyante, Puja Swamiji always when this verse will come, so that does it mean a dasi will give? In Hindi, Sanskritam dasi is a female servant. So here dasyante is not, they will give one dasi. But the meaning of dasyante means they will give. Dadati, dasyante. They will give, what they will give? Ishtan bhogan. Ishtan means our desire, the best. Bhogan means whatever is object, whatever we have, we need, and whatever comes to us, there dattan apradayebhyah. If that Deva will give us whatever we desire, but without offering them back, yo bhunte, one who enjoyed that, stenaha eva saha, that person considered as a thief, one who taken without sharing. Apraday, here is one a is there. Apradayebhyah yo bhunte stena eva saha. So I have written Yagya Bhavita Devaha Vaha means to you, Asmakam, Yushmakam, Ishtan Bhogan Dasyante. Yagya Bhavita are all natural forces, one who are pleased, one who are happy by our attitude of Karma Yoga, are contributing. So all they will please and they will provide us Dasyante, Ishtan Bhogan. Isht, desired object, sense object. But tehi dattan apradayebhyah, without offering them give back. Yah bhunte, one, this is one who enjoyed, saha stena eva, that person considered, sten means thief, thief who was always steals. Same way Bhagavan is given us, and without giving them back, if we enjoy only, then we are considered as a thief. The meaning is, whatever given to us, we should share with them again. So, when I was very small, so in our house, whatever come, new clothes come, first we are offering to Ishvara. This is for you, now we will use. Even if some jewelry comes, whatever new food, new clothes, whatever new come, first we have to offer. It's called pradaya. But if we want to offer, apradayebhyah yah bhunte, the meaning is one who enjoys, one who experiences, sahastena. That person considered as a stena means thief. The meaning is we should share whatever comes from Ishvara. So that's why I have given, we have Chaturvida Purushartha, Artha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, everything we know. So if we perform Karma Yoga, two type of result will come. If person is interested in Moksha, then Moksha will come. But there are very few people who are interested in Moksha. Then second choice is Dharma, Artha, Kama. If we need, the Artha means our basic requirement in our life. Always food, shelter, and clothes are Artha. Kama means whatever we like, that we ask from Ishvara, and Dharma means righteous life. So if we are not interested in moksha and still we are following Karma Yoga, then this will come to us. There are many people in life, they are worshipping Ishvara, but not they love Ishvara. They are worshipping Ishvara because they need Artha Kama. They say, I will do 1,000 Vishnu Sahasranama if I have big hospital. Then I will do. If somebody says, if I have good son, then I will do something. All are considered as Artha Kama. But they are with following Dharma, so no problem. So Bhagavan says, if you do, all then they will Yagya Bhavitaha, they will please. So Yagya Bhavitaha Devataha, Devaha. So if you remember, we have many different prayers, but it is highly famous for us. Always we do at the end of satsanga, at the end of evening, Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayanta, there is a nothing. We are thankful to all Ishvaras. That's why it's given Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayanta. Nyayena Margen, this is whole one sentence. Actually, really speaking, there is a one sentence from here to here. Mahishaha means all kings. paripalayantam. Mahishaha swastihi. Let me benediction for all kings. Why? Because they are prajabhya paripalayantam. Because they always taking care, sustaining all people. In which way? Nyayena margena. With righteous way, with proper way, they take care of prajabhya paripala, all people. And again, go brahmanebhya shubhamastu nityam. Let it be good for cow and brahmanas, not one who is upavitam, but who is living a life of sattva guna. That brahmanaha loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. The meaning, let all people be happy. Kalena varshatu parjanya. This is, let it be rain at time, at a proper time. Kalena means at a proper time. If it will come in summer, then what's the meaning? Even in winter, doesn't make any sense. So here we are propitiating Varuna Devta. Kalena varshatu parjanyaha prithvi sasya shalini. Again we are propitiating Prithvi Devta. Let it be sasya means plantage. Let you have plenty of plant crops. Sasya. Sasya means our grains. Sasya shalini. Ayam deshaha kshobarahita. Let it be no famine. There is no dushkal in our country. Brahmana santu nirbhaya. Let all Brahmana become fearless. This is our prayers. We never ask for only oneself. This is always collective prayer. And in such prayer, we including even Parjanya, even Prithvi, everything. So if we do like this, then Yagya Bhavita, they will please, they will happy, and what they will give, Ishtan Bhogan. But that's why I have written, the meaning of Yagna means sensitive lifestyle. The meaning of sensitive means we should be sensitive for others. If I behave like this, then what will go to them? Such thinking is called sensitive, even caring lifestyle, to take care of others, and even awaken. We should be always awake, alert, how we are living. This is called yagna. For such, and if we live like this, then dasyante vaha ishtan bhogan. They will give ishtan bhogan means desired object. And what object can become? So if somebody knows the Shri Suktam, no? So in the last line of Shri Suktam, we always ask to Lakshmi ji, Dhanyam dhanam pashum bahuputra labam shatasam vatsaram dirgamayuhu. So meaning is, we are Ishtan Bhogan, maybe dhanyam for farmers. Even for us, we need dhanyam, grains. For us, we need dhanam. We need money. Pashum. In previous time, pashum means they have currency. More you rich, more you have pashum means animals. Bahuputra labham. I have many sons. Samvatsaram dirga ayuhu. Let I live for long life. This is for us is common Ishtan Bhoga. Maybe very, but Dhanam may be very, Pashu may be very, but in this word, what we want, this, and then they will give Dasyante Vaha Ishtan Bhogan. This, all those devtas, they will provide us whatever we like. So if they are providing everything, Dhanyam from Ishvara means Devas, even money from Ishvara, even Pashum, because of his grace, Pashum is there, Bahuputra Labha, good son, good progeny is because of Ishvara, even long life with robust is also health is because of Ishvara. If everything is by Ishvara, if we are not giving them back, then we consider as a tip. That's why Bhagavan says, if dhanyam, if we are eating, that all food comes from where? Is not from shop. Even what is available in shop is not coming from shop. It is from farms. It is not from farms. It is from Ishvara. That's why Tehi Dattan. Everything is given by what? Whatever we are having, whatever we are using, whatever we are eating, even whatever we are breathing, whatever is given to us is everything by Ishvara only. Apradayebhya. If we don't give them back, apradayebhya, and if Bhagwan has provided us all grains and food, he need not to eat. But still, if we say we are thankful to you because you have provided, then it's called pradaya. Bhagwan never eats, but only our attitude, we are thankful to you, it's called pradaya, to give them back. If we don't give, yaha bhungte, one who does like this, then saha stena eva, that person indeed a thief, considered as a thief, because everything is. Suppose for children, consider in India particularly, whatever children is there, they are eating, they are educating only because of parents only. If they won't take, nowadays is big problem in India, then consider as a stena. Same way, whatever is given to us, without giving them back, if we do, then consider as the Ishvara. There is a one sentence is given in Sanskritam. Krutagne nishkrutihi nasti. They say there are different type of prayashchita karma. If unknowingly we have done some mistake, then there are different type of prayashchita karma, but the one name is called Krutagnaha. The meaning of Krutagnaha means Krutam Hanti, one who forgets whatever somebody has done for us. If we forget, then we consider as a Krutagni. Krutam means done, Hanti means to kill. But the meaning of Krutagna, if we forget whatever we are benefited by others, then there is a no solution. There is a no prayashchita karma. We have to suffer for this. They say Krutagne nishkrutihi nasti. There is a no. That's why whatever is given to us by Ishvara. That's why there is a sentence is this: non-reverential life is called karma, but the karma yoga means reverential life. Whatever is given to us, if we accept with reverence, there is karma yoga, but there is a no reverence, then it's called karma, only mere action. We are interested in karma yoga because everything is revered. Even air, that's why we are all devtas, no? We give reverence to each and everything. So karma yoga is equal to reverential life. Everything is pujaniya, worshipped for us is called yagnaha. This I have just taken of Pujya Swamiji's one thing. A Pujya Swami is going on and on, no? So there is a one good line Pujya Swami is written: a person who respects the cosmic forces, natural forces, is not an ordinary person. He or she no longer goes by raga dvesha, but goes beyond them. Then it becomes a mature. Otherwise, there would be no recognition or thanksgiving. On the other hand, a person who performs karma to satisfy his or her mind and senses and does not offer any oblations, even not a water or simple twig, the person considered as a thief and cheat. They have to suffer. And this is also very, very famous line. Yagna Shishta Shena Santaha मुच्यन्ते सर्वकिल्बिषैः भुञ्जते ते त्वगं पापाः ये पचन्त्यात्मकारणात्. Here Ashinaha and Yagnashishtaha. Ashinaha, the meaning of Ashinaha means to eat. Shishta, here meaning a Shishta means leftover, whatever leftover, and Yagnaha means Ishvara. A person who eat Ashinaha, what that person eats, Shishta food, leftover food, and which is offered to Ishvara, that person sarva kilvishehi muchyante. That person are released from all impurities. The meaning of kilvish, impurity, sarva means all. Here santaha, really speaking, santaha is a plural present participle. Sun, we have said sun. Like ashnan, pashyan, swapan, shwasan, pralapan. Same way there is a asti. Present participle is sun. The plural of sun is santaha. It is not santaha, really speaking in our Hindi. The sant is saint. But santaha, being, the meaning is being. So being yagna shishtashtashinaha, that person, sarva kilvishehi, muchyante. But who is not doing like this, then ye atmakaranat pachanti. Those person who cooks for oneself. Atmakaranat pachanti te tu agam te papaha agam bunjate. Here the papa means a sinful person who are committed to sin. They agam. Agam means they are eating sin only. Yes, they are eating sin. It's the Anvaya. It is complicated. Yagna shishta ashinaha santaha sarva kilvishehi muchyante. A person who eat, first they offered, whatever we are used to do, first we offer dish to Ishvara. Ishvara won't eat, but if Ishvara eats something, then we take as a more prasad. It's called Yagna Shishtaha, leftover. By Ishvara, Ashinaha, one who eat like this, that person, Kilpishehi Muchyante, tu, but whereas, ye Atmakaranat Pachanti, a person who cooks for oneself, te Agam Bunjate. Here, papaha doesn't mean sins, but here papa is people, one sinful people, considered as a papa. Is a noun, but is considered as a people. That's why somewhere Swamiji must have written papa sinners, but better is a sinful person. Agam means again papa. So that sinful people eat sin only. In villages, even now in surroundings, if people are four, they never cook food for 4 people. They always cook for more than 6 to 7. Whatever comes, they offer. If here person only cook for oneself, it is called Agam Bunjate. But still in Hindu culture, they never count. Only if they have already cooked, but if person join, they don't have problem because they always cook for one person more. That's why it says. But nowadays in big mega city, this idea is little bit less. But in small villages, they always happy to even cook also. They are ready to cook fresh, heat cook. They have, everything is cooked. So here I have written, in this verse, there are 2 types of people. One type of people, one who offers food to Ishvara and then they take it as a prasadam, and another person in second line, one without considering Ishvara, they cook for oneself and without offering, such people are considered as sinners and they eat only sin according to Ishvara, according to Bhagavan. And why Bhagavan says, Yagnashishtaha, what I have told, the meaning of Yagnashishtaha means first we have to offer cooked food to Ishvara, then only we have to eat. This is the rule. Because everything is given by Ishvara, then why should we not offer? It's called Yagnashishta Ashenaha. Literally speaking says, a leftover food given by Ishvara. If one who eats, then even sometime, when after 3 years course, I was sitting and having a dinner with Puja Swamiji. Then Puja Swamiji was eating near a dosai. Then Swamiji says, you want to try? Because one person was cooking only for Swamiji. Then we can't say, Swamiji, give from your plate, Then Swamiji has cut half dosai and he has given to us. You please try. It is very tasty. But if we had taken this, it's called Puja Swamiji Shishta Ashinaha. Then we are considered as whatever left over by Puja Swamiji that we have eaten. Same way, offering everything cooked food, first Ishvara, then we eat, then the name of people, Yagna Shishta Ashinaha. And they Muchyante Sarva Kilbishe. Then what is the meaning of Kilbish? What is the meaning of impurity? It's given in our Shankar Bhasya. It says in every householder's house, there is a daily 5 types of himsa is taking place. And how can it possible? So this is a famous verse, is in Gita Bhashyam is given. It says, Kandanam, Peshanam, Chulli, Udakumbha, Marjani, Panchasuna, Gruhastasya, Panchayagnan, Pranashyati. If one person, it says, always committed to Karma Yoga, but that Panchayagnan api Pranashyati, they can be destroyed. One who will destroy? Panchasuna. Panchasuna means sin, papam. Pancha means 5. Panchasuna pranashyanti, it should be pranasyanti. Here Panchasuna is kilbish according to Bhagavan. What Bhagavan said, Puchyante sarva kilbish. So according to, this is given by Shankar Bhashyam. Shankaracharya is given, there is 5 type of kilbish. Regularly being hinsa in our householders. Suna means sin. What are those? So I have written is Sanskritam Kandanam means cutting. Everyday vegetable cutting, no? So must be some small insect. Then Peshanam means grinding. When we are grind, some small insect may be killed unknowingly. In previous time, in Hindu's house, chulli means firewood. Always we cook with all woods, log of wood. They have many insects in logs. If we fire that log, then there are many insects will burn. Udakumbha, nowadays is not possible. Even in India also, but in previous time, clay pot was there for drinking water. Every day we have to clean this. So during that, there are many bacteria are killed. Marjani is brooming, mopping, sweeping is called marjani. They are considered as a kilbishaha. These 5 kilbish can kill the punyam of Panchayagna if we eat without offering to Ishvara. But if we offer food to Ishvara and then we eat, then sarva kilbishehi muchyante. So which type of kilbish? This. So kilbish means impurity, papa. So if we offer food to Ishvara and then we eat, then this naturally, unknowingly we are doing every day. Even not in a householder house, even in ashram also, there are many bugs. So we have to kill, otherwise how can we survive? So for surviving us, we kill others survive. It's called papa, kilbish. But we offer food to Ishvara, this are neutralized. Sarva papehi muchyante. So meaning of kilbish, one Shankaracharya is given. First one is panchasuna. Suna is called papam in Sanskrit. Like Nachiketa sunaha. So this is one type of 5 papa. Another papa, Shankaracharya is written, Pramadakrit himsa janitehi. The meaning of kilbish means killing, himsa. But how? Pramadakrit, by negligence. Sometimes we are walking, no? So under our leg, we can kill many small insects. Particularly in India, I don't know in US. But while we are living in Annaikatti, it was forest. So many, after rain, many ants, small ants, big ants, they come out. If you are not properly walked, then we can kill many ants. So it's called kilbish. Even while driving, we don't know how much going under our wheel, 4-wheel. It's called also hinsa. Even washing. In every activity, unknowingly, we are killing many insect, bugs, small. It's also considered as a kilbish. Even Shankaracharya is written, Anyehi. Anyehi kilbish means at speech level. While we are talking with someone, what we are talking, somebody can hurt another person. That hurting are also considered as a hinsa. We insult someone, that insulting are also considered as a hinsa. Hinsa is always papam. Hinsa is not only killing, even speech is more dangerous than killing also sometimes. In our Gujarati, there is a one line is, person can forget whatever given, physically beaten. Sometimes one can beat physically, we can forget, but words given by some person, that word we cannot forget. It's called himsa. That hinsa is considered as a kilbish. That can give papa. Same way at mental level. Even outside, a person doesn't know. People don't know. But our negative thinking about some person, he should do like this. This is such. There are many thinkings are going on. Such thinking are considered as a himsa in our Shastra. Manasik papa, vachik papa, and at body level, we are not that much, gross. We cannot beat. But still, by gesture, we can show other person we are hurt. This also considered as a papa. So all considered as a papa. If papa is there, then we have to experience. No, all are considered as a adrushtam. Once I have told you the meaning of adrushtam. The meaning of adrushtam means our punya papa. We cannot see through our microscope this punya papa. But still, is a pramanam because it's given by Shastra. So this adrushtam, we have to experience. Adrushtam may be punya, adrushtam may be papa. But this all our action consider as Adrushtam Papa. And this Adrushtam Papa gives a phalam which is not good for us. We have to go through another, and even like some situation, undesirable situation, are all considered as a papam, a kilbish. Here what is given, kilbish. That kilbish will go away. It will be neutralized if person offer food to Ishvara. And then that person eats. Only simple, no? Bhagavan has this much papa will be neutralized if we eat first food to Ishvara, then only Ashinaha. Then if we eat, then Sarva Kilbishehi Muchyate. That person will be released from all papa. This is the one meaning is given by Shankaracharya. So the first meaning is, if we offer food and then we eat, then Sarva Kilbish, Panchasuna, then unknowingly Pramada Kurut Hinsa, Kilbish, and even what I will say, Vachikam, Manasikam, Kaikam, Vimuchyate. But another person has given another meaning. Another meaning of this line is that I have told, no, Santaha. In Hindi language, the meaning of Santa is saint person, sadhu. Like Tyagaraja is a Santa. Like I say, Chokha Mela, there are many, Mirabai, Santa. All Santa people, what they do, Yagna Shishta Ashinaha. They eat only offered food. Whatever is offered to Ishvara, if we offer the food, no, that food also become totally converted. If you remember Mirabai's story, they have sent a snake to kill her. She has offered first to Krishna, and if they open, really garland was there. They have sent poison to kill her, and she has offered and she drinks. There is nothing going. So whatever offered and then we take. So Sarva Kilbishehi Muchyate. So what is the meaning of Sarva Kilbishehi? So it's given, having purified by knowledge all impurity. But here the meaning of impurity is Punya and Papa both. Punya is one type of bondage. Even Papa is bondage. So if person has offered food, then they be purified, and after purified, they have self-knowledge, and when that person has got self-knowledge, then he'll be released from Punya Papa. Because in Gita, if you remember, Bhagavan has said, Sarva Dharman Parityajya, Mamekam Sharanam. At that time, the meaning of Dharman is nothing but Punya Papa only. So that's why Muchyante. So person is free from everything. Punya Papa free, and there is no second life. But in opposite, if person doesn't offer two, whenever two comes, no, in Sanskritam, whereas on contradictory, two, ye pachanti atma karana, those who cook for oneself. Here the meaning of atma is a reflexive pronoun for oneself. Here atma is not satyam gnanam anantam or satchidananda atma, but atma means for oneself. If one who cooks, now in hotel, what they are doing? They are cooking for oneself, no? We are going in hotel. That's why there is no sattva guna in hotels, really speaking. Atma karana, they people are given to adharma, is written by Shankaracharya ji, and not understanding the vision of Pancha Mahayagna. Because in Pancha Mahayagna, if we remember, whatever we are doing for not oneself, we are doing for Ishvara, we are doing for our forefathers, we are doing for Shastra, we are doing other beings, even human beings. If we are not respecting, not understanding this vision, and we are not accepting Ishvara, then only we are self-centered. No? whatever we are doing. Nowadays, people are like this only. It's called Atma Karana. Even nowadays, if you go in Mumbai, in big city, if we go, then first question will be when you will go. Then they are not interested. It's called Atma Karana. That those persons are considered as a papaha. The meaning of papaha is a people who committed to papa. Here papa is not sin, but papa is the name of people. A people who committed to papa, what they are eating nothing but papa. Bhagavan says, they agam pujyate. They are eating nothing but papa. In short, if we are not giving to others, simply we eat, they never is considered as a papa. It's never good for health also. It's not good for mental health also. So I have written one small story. In Gujarati, small village people, they say, there is two words are written here, Vasi and Upvasi. In Gujarati, the meaning of Upvasi means a person who keeps fasting. One who doesn't eat, really speaking, one who never eats for Ekadashi, it's called Upvasi. And Vasi means is leftover food of overnight, is considered as a Vasi. Suppose today we have cooked something khichdi, if we eat tomorrow, then khichdi considered as a Vasi, leftover. So this is the word, the meaning of Vasi means overnight leftover food is called Vasi, and Upvasi means a person who keeps fasting. So it's a story was there, one lady, small girl means young girl. She got married and she went to another home. This girl is highly spiritual. She always doing offering to Ishwara, everything, highly spiritual in her own home. But now she is in husband's house. In husband's house, all joint family, but they never give food to any neighbors, never give food to guests, never give food to Atithi. Simply they eat Pachanti Atma Karana. So one person has come from her own village and they ask, how are these people? Your in-laws, how are this? Then she has given the answer, now they are Vasi, they are eating Vasi and they are Upvasi. So what does it mean? She has given. So now they are having Vasi. Vasi means overnight, leftover food, no? So according to her, the Vasi means in past life, they must have done a good punya. So they have good all set up. So what they are enjoying is Vasi punyam. They are enjoying Vasi punyam, but right now they all are Upvasi. So they are not doing any punya. So next life, what will be happen to them? They don't know. So sometimes people are, we say sometimes, no, they are, why these people are not doing, but why they have very comfortable life. So this is the answer. This is a Vasi, but right now, such person is Upvasi. So this is the meaning. If we want to offer, then we consider as a sin. Papa is a big Papa. Any question regarding this?
Yat Karoshi Yadashnasi also is like this, right, Swaminiji?
Yeah, right.
Offering to Ishvara, everything.
Everything is. Even sometime in our house, our shoes come, no chappal. Even we cannot keep in front of Ishvara, but we can say, okay, this new pair have come, but we will use is your blessing. So only bhavana. But food we always offer. And like we follow Madi also, no? In our Tamil they call Madi. Yeah, very strict on the but now it's okay. But at that time, first take bath, then go in kitchen. Nobody should touch. You offer. Then only people can allow to go inside. Even not family member also. Without bathing, nobody can enter inside the kitchen. But it is a good lifestyle. Now I enjoy it.
Yeah.
This is the fruit of this, maybe. I don't know what I am right now. So no question, no? So shall we do Purna Mother?
Yes.
Yeah. Om
Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamidashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamedavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om
Shri Guru
Shri Guru
Namaha. Harihi
Hari
Om.
Om